Often imitated, never duplicated. You're watching After the Whistle, episode 8.2. Welcome to the show, Coach Krieger. How are you?
I'm good. Still no tooth. Union had another upset this week.
That's an upset. It was a pretty big upset.
Big upset.
So you still haven't managed to get the tooth back. I've had people messaging me about the tooth.
Yeah, I need to start my GoFundMe.
That'd be a good one. We might be able to generate some revenue that way. But I had a lot of people criticizing me for wearing this hat last week, so I want to make sure that everybody that watches the show aren't upset or anything. So I'm gonna switch hats real quick, but there we go.
Now it's got a glare.
Yeah, now I got a little bit of that glare off the light. All right. With that being said, let's go straight on into last week's games and knock them out real quick. We'll talk about a few of these games once I get situated here. Up first, we've got Virginia High 35, John Battle 0. About what we expected on that one. George Wythe 48, Fort Chiswell 10. Eastside 47, Hurley 0. That was at the Cliff.
Yeah.
Wise Central Marion, Wise Central 19, Marion 7. This was a game you and I split on. You picked Wise Central and you got the win. I picked Marion. Marion come up short. Chilhowee 35, J.I. Burton 7. Warriors continue to win. NARS 28, Holston 14. Got Rye Cove 61, Grundy 14, Twin Springs 61, Unaka 12, Lee 28, Thomas Walker 22. This was a game that wasn't decided till just the last few seconds of the game. And we talked about this, that there was a possibility that Thomas Walker would make this a game, and they sure did.
And they did. Yep.
They're still, I think, 0-11 lifetime against Lee, but I may be wrong.
Getting closer.
Yeah, they're very close. And there's a lot of good things happening at Thomas Walker right now. I've heard they've got a good coaching staff in place, and they're kind of looking forward to the next few years, see what they can do. Pulaski 26, Tazewell 6. Coach Padgett handed a loss in his opener. Blaine County 0, Craig County 56. Giles 34, Radford 21.
That's kind of shocked me.
People kind of wrote Giles off, and all of a sudden now they're getting some attention. And that's
and Radford beat George Wythe last week or the week before.
Yeah, it is right. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of people, like I said, had written Giles off. Grayson County 28, Carroll County 14. Phelps, Kentucky 56, Castlewood, the Mustard Biscuit Brigade 10. Montcalm, West Virginia 43, Twin Valley 6. Ouch. Union 62, Daniel Boone 6. That's one of those.
That's a big upset right there.
Big upset, yeah. I thought you might be shocked by that one.
I was very shocked. That's the only game I missed last week.
It's true. You were 16-1 last week.
I know. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I just can't believe
they won.
Leave it
up to Union to let you down.
Yeah, and still out here.
Lebanon 42, Patrick Henry 14. This game was tight at halftime. Patrick Henry just wasn't able to keep up with Lebanon in the second half, but kind of a good showing.
That's a good showing for Patrick Henry. Great showing. They got a few injuries in the second half, but Reese just took over, and he was just too much for him, like he is everybody each week.
Yeah, it's pretty much the numbers even show that.
Yeah.
Ridgeview 42, Honeacre 0. This was a little bit more of a whipping than I thought was going to take place. I felt like Ridgeview would win, but it's kind of caught me.
Just like we talked about last week, when the music boy don't play, it's easier to guard when you don't have to worry about guarding him. And, they got some young kids right now. Honeacre's in the right direction by all means. I mean,
oh, yeah.
they setting good for the next 3 or 4 years, 2 or 3 years. But without music right now, one of them young kids gonna have to step up, and they will eventually.
All right, we got Abingdon 28, Christiansburg 9, Gate City 20, Dobbins Bennett 26. This was a heck of a game. I called it, and Gate City was able to move the ball at will, and then at times they kind of got away from it, trying to catch DB off guard. But the fact that Gate City goes to Kingsport and plays this tight a game with Dobbins Bennett tells us that Gate City's we're seeing a lot of
a TV game too.
Oh yeah, and they were in this game right up to about 2 minutes to go when DB got an interception to stop a drive. I mean, Gate City goes down and scores. They win that game, and it's the first time they'd played in 55 years. But even though they lost, that kind of turned a lot of heads in Southwest Virginia.
If you believe in moral victories, I guess.
Yep. Rural Retreat 40, Eastmont 8. About what we expected there. And then Graham defeats Galax via forfeit. I know Graham. Yeah, Graham would have rather played that game. But
they got bigger fish to fry. They're worried about.
They got a big one this week coming up.
I was talking about a couple of weeks from now. Who they play this week?
They're playing Union this week.
I'll get my tooth back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the tooth's coming back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a good possibility, I suppose. You might get your tooth back. I don't know. All right, let's go in to our next segment here real quick. Let's see what we got. All right. You know the guy, the one that looks like he just stepped off the trail. Strong handshake, sharp beard, confident swagger. That's not a look you get from a 3-in-1 body wash and a prayer. That's a look that's earned and maintained with Wild Willie's. Live free, stay wild with Wild Willie's. Check out Wild Willie's beard kit down here at the bottom, sponsor of the show tonight. If you want a well-groomed beard, and I admit I'm not too well-groomed right now, and I know you're never well-groomed, but we both have a friend that we're going to try this on, and that's old Bubba Edwards, and we're going to hook him up with this Wild Willie's beard grooming kit. If you got a friend, or hey, if you got one of them, if you're one of them slick face,
I got a friend. I got my buddy Dave Scammell. I'll give you a picture. We'll get him groomed up.
Hey, he'd be perfect poster child for this.
Yeah, him and Bubba
Edwards right side by side each other. That would be a pretty good one. And if you're one of them slick-faced pretty boys, you know, like Austin Cooper over at PH, hey, beard kit works for you too. It'll slick you up, make you look all pretty, and get you ready for GQ magazine. So check out Wild Willie's beard kit. Just scan the link there, and all purchases and proceeds and benefits will benefit the program. All right, let's move on to the next segment here. Peak Performers of the Week. Each week, we try to have a list of few peak performers. Some of them are on winning teams. Some of them might be on losing teams. All we're looking at are the numbers. And this week, we've got 5 young men we want to give some recognition to. And we're going to start with Lebanon's Mike Reese. Mike Reese was 26 of 32 for 328 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's an 81% pass percentage.
I got a feeling he's going to be on here each week.
Yeah, that's a completion percentage of 81%. That's almost as good as you back in the day.
Yeah, I was probably 82 to 90.
On a bad night?
Yeah. Depends if it's playing Richlands or not. We did beat them twice in 1 year.
Oh, that is right. And I remember that one game I told you about.
Yeah.
We pulled over the side of the road, listened to that one on the radio on the way to a hunting trip.
That's here or there, boys.
Rocky Bond from East Side. Rocky Bond did a little bit of everything. He had 2 punt returns for a touchdown. He had 8 tackles on defense and 1 touchdown receiving for East Side. So he was all over the field doing a little bit of everything. Jake Rollison from Rural Retreat. Listen to these numbers. The kid had 78 yards receiving, 67 yards rushing, 35 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. So whoever's running the PA there night for Rural Retreat, basically just
Said his name a lot.
yeah, quite a bit. Up next, a common name we heard a lot last year, Eli Tweed from Holston. 20 carries, 162 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns for Holston in a defeat there. And then we've got Trey Taylor from Grundy, who had 10 carries, 194 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns for Grundy in defeat as well. And those 5 young men are our peak performers of the week. If you'll notice, folks, right down there on the bottom of the screen, not only do we have Wild Willie's, but we've also got a knife there that is probably might interest a lot of you deer hunters and guys who like the outdoors. Not the Coach Krieger type, but the type that like to go out and go hunting and so forth. You did most of your hunting in the
Only knife I use is put that potted meat on that bread.
Well, I tell you what, this knife right here is a Mossy Oak 8.5-inch fixed blade knife, and I would say it could spread that potted meat pretty daggone smooth on a biscuit or on sandwich bread. Either one. Never thought about that. So if you're into spreading potted meat, or if you're into gutting a buck, this is a really good knife. It's 8.5-inch fixed blade. It's got one of them full tang blades. That means it's solid steel from tip to tip. Got a wood handle. Just scan it and check it out there. I've got one myself, pretty good knife. I haven't used it to spread potted meat with yet, though. So I'll have to give that a shot. All right, let's move right along here into our Talking Smack segment. Each week we try to hit a few topics in South Virginia that are relevant to football. And this week we're going to hit a few of them real quick, and we'll get your take on them, Coach, real quick. Galax, 2 years ago they win the 1A state title. Now it seems like they're a fledgling program. What's your observation on that? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is up there. We don't know what the issue is. I don't feel like it's the coaches or the coaching. Coach Reed's a great guy, great coach, and, just it goes down. We say it all the time. Kids they're different. I mean, they've changed. They've got too much other stuff to do. And when the going gets tough, it ain't nothing to quit and go do something else. College football's a prime example. Well, I ain't playing here. I quit. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Well, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. It's especially at the 1A level, from one year to the next, you don't know what you're going to get.
That's right. It's hard.
You graduate a good group of seniors, and maybe you don't have a lot of interest, and that's the sad state of football now. And I think it's a result of a lot of kids not playing football. And like Coach Tester always said, it's the last hard sport out there. I don't think it has anything to do with coaching either. I think this could happen anywhere.
And it is happening everywhere.
Yeah.
You have your Grams of unions and people like that still carrying 50, 60 players. Which I don't know if Graham is or not. I think Union has 50-some. I think Richlands is back up with 40, 50.
Yeah, but you get around 40 kids now, too. You're
That's
doing really
great.
Good.
That's great.
And back in the day, that would kind of been somewhat disappointing.
Looks like Gate City's got a bunch of kids out. But like you said, that's double A. Single A, you're looking 25 to 30.
Yeah.
Is a good group.
All right. Up next, we got Pendergraft kid from Lee County goes down with a knee injury. This could impact their season.
I think I read his mom or his dad posted it, and I really hated that. They didn't go into detail, but I hope it's not as bad as everybody thinks. The Pendergraft family over there, it's basically royalty. They've been playing football forever, and I just hate it for the kid. But, injuries is part of it. I know other people's injured and got hurt, and it's part of the game, but I just hate it for him right now.
Yeah, you hate to see any kid get hurt, and especially a kid, who most of the offense is built around. Hopefully he'll be back in a few weeks. Hopefully it's not as serious as it could be, and get back in the saddle. They've got Richlands coming up, and it's going to be a tough game for both teams.
Yeah.
And if you're Lee, you don't want to come into that game without your starting quarterback.
That's right. I agree 100%. I mean, the way it read and the way I feel, he probably won't be playing this week, but I hope I'm wrong. But our prayers are out to him, and he gets healed pretty quick.
Good. All right. Up next, we got Union versus Graham. That's definitely going to be the game of the week. Will Graham missing this Galax game be a factor in this one?
It would if they was playing anybody else.
That's a good observation. I never thought about it that way.
It ain't.
Yeah.
They don't care if they play Twin Valley's JV team the week before. They got one thing on their mind, and that's to get one of them knives you got and go bear hunting.
Oh, there you go. I like that. Way to get that in there. Just for the record on this, and I know it's not going to be too popular with some people, but Bluefield got Graham. I think Princeton's going to get him. I think Union's going to get him too. But I think Graham may be better off because of it if that is the scenario. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Gate City played DB first time 55 years. Game wasn't decided till the end. DB got a pick with 2 minutes left in the game. Does that mean Gate City is maybe better than we thought?
Well, I mean, we know that they were going to be pretty decent this year, but they could be a little bit better than what we give them credit of being. They're going to be a tough out for anybody right now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody, even at this juncture, would want to play Gate City and come playoff time.
No, I feel like they will be in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're tough. And it makes me, Richlands played them well and just got beat up front there toward the end. They just wasn't able to do anything with that to stop the run. But seeing them play DB that well kind of gives you a new respect for what Richlands did with them. Because I tell you what, Gate City's one of the surprise teams already this year.
Yep.
All right. PH was tied with Lebanon at the half. Is PH that much improved considering what they lost? Or has Lebanon slipped since last season, or is it too early to call?
It's probably a little bit too early to call. I mean, I think PH got to Reese in the first half and sacked him a couple times, and like I said, played good ball. I mean, and then second half, I don't know if PH got wore down or Reese just said, "Boys, I'm tired of this. We're putting this game away."
And sometimes that's what happens when you got a player like a Michael Reese.
Yeah, he's a game changer. But hats off to Austin Cooper and Patrick Henry. The score didn't reflect on how they played.
I agree, and that's 2 weeks in a row. They had a good half in their previous game. They just
got to get all 4 quarters. But
Yep.
That's pretty tough schedule right off the bat too.
Oh, they got a brutal schedule. I tell you what.
Yeah, for a single A school.
Yeah, they don't have a cupcake on the schedule.
No.
All right, and last talking smack, Grundy High School last Friday recognized Coach Rowe and the 3 Region D championship teams and his coaching staff. Talk about that a little bit. I know you were at the game and got to be there with him because you was part of one of those, one or two of them.
One.
One of those region championship teams. Talk about Coach Rowe just a second there.
Man, there's nothing else to say. One of the best coaches in the state of Virginia. I think he's won 149 games. That's pretty good. He's been to 8 region championship. He won 3 of those. I think I read that right. But everybody knows me, knows that he's more than a coach to me. I mean, I met him back in 1990 when he took me to quarterback camp. I was an 8th grader. Yeah. I think I'm doing the math right. And, he's not a man of a lot of words, but I didn't say a word that first time I talked to him, and we drove all the way to Charlotte to Gus Purcell's quarterback school, and he dropped me off. He said, "I'll be back Thursday to get you." That was all he said all the way there. But I went my 8th grade year, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. I went every year, and we got a lot in common once we started talking. And
Yeah.
he would finally the next year he'd come and get me, and he's like, "Well, let's go." I was like, "Where are we going?" He said, "We're going to go eat." So we'd go eat, and we got a great relationship, and still to this day, I talk to him almost every day, every single day. I either text him or call him or something like that, and I'm glad that I got to be. That's probably the last time ever he'll step foot on Grundy's field on Nelson Memorial Field. I'm glad I was there.
Coach, I know my senior year of high school was his first year as head coach, and he didn't talk much then either. And but I have a tremendous amount of respect for him as well, as does everybody that played for him. He's just a super guy, and like you said, he's a man of few words. He led by example, and he had a lot of good coaches around him. And if you've seen one of them, you've seen the other. It's almost like Coach Compton was joined to his hip, and
That's right.
it was good to see a lot of those guys. And I saw a lot of familiar faces of some of your teammates in those photos as
Yeah,
well.
we were there. Reed Ratliff showed up. That's what we took a vote while we was out there and said, "Hey, Rowe," said, "We took a vote, said, who would you not want to get hit by out of all these people that's on this field now?" And it was Reed Ratliff.
About that, I can see that. I can see that. All right,
Uh,
well, that's it for talking smack. You know what that means, don't you? Do you have any idea?
what?
All right, it's time for Stump the CRIG. Each week at this time, we attempt to stump the CRIG, and we're going to try to do it once again today. We've usually failed at this. Well, we have failed at this for 7, 8 years now. But the way this works, folks, is we have I actually need to get it here out of my bag. But we actually have a armored truck delivered the envelope here, and this envelope has been hid in you got your hat ready?
Yep.
This envelope has been secure in a bank vault for the last 48 hours, or excuse me, last 7 days. I don't know what I'm talking about, 48 hours. It was delivered here to my location by armored truck, and
I got it really too. My wife just got me a spiced ham and cheese sandwich, guys. You can't beat that doing this stuff at the house.
spiced
I
ham
thought it feel good. It gets stuck up in my teeth.
up in
I'm
your
really
tooth,
gonna get it now.
up in your tooth.
Yeah.
Not teeth, tooth. But anyhow, in this envelope here, I have a question, and like I said, this was in a bank vault for a week, delivered here to my location by an armored truck, armed security, and placed in my hand. I have not seen the contents of this envelope.
Golly, I'm going to forget it if
Have
we
you?
don't hurry.
Have you seen the contents?
I seen the truck go by practice today on your way to your house.
But you have not seen the contents of this envelope.
No.
All right, then. All right, so the way this works, he's going to tell me what the answer to this question is. So go right ahead.
Poultry in motion. Poultry in motion. Poultry.
What was that again?
Poultry. I think like chicken. Is that what poultry is?
Yeah. All right, folks, let's see if he knows that's the answer. The answer is poultry in motion, correct?
Poultry in motion.
All right. Let's take a look inside the envelope here. Poultry in motion. What do you call a chicken crossing the road? Poultry in motion.
Easy as that, boys. Hey, don't get me wrong. Since IDA or whatever went out over at Hurley,
IGA.
IGA,
Yes.
right here at Food City, at Spiced Ham on Cut 4. You can't beat Food City's meat, guys.
Spiced ham on cut 4, is that correct?
Spiced Ham on Cut 4.
Gotcha. All right. Up next, we have one more here. What is the answer to this question?
YouTuber.
That's pretty simple. A YouTuber.
YouTuber.
YouTuber. All right. Let's take a look at it. YouTuber. What do you call a sheep with a cell phone? A YouTuber. Once again, folks, we have failed to stump the CRIG. Poultry in motion. What was that? Say that again. Poultry.
Poultry.
Poultry in motion. All right, poultry in motion. With that being said, that concludes our Stump the CRIG segment. With that,
if anybody will comment and like what I said, what cut for that spiced ham, we'll come up with something to give you.
Come up with something to give them. All right, here you go. All right, all you got to do is comment on that. By the way, we got don't let me forget about next week to mention something. All right, our Super 7 for this week. Starting with number 7, we've got Rural Retreat, the Indians. Number 6, we've got the Gate City Blue Devils. Number 5, East Side Spartans, a team that you and I both said will win the region. Number 4, Lebanon Pioneers. Number 3, the Abingdon Falcons. Number 2, the Union Bears. And number 1,
the Grab Jimmy.
All right, that rounds out our Super 7 for this week.
Yeah, speaking of East Side, I'm saying they'll win the region. I took a lot of heat Friday for that, but, I stood my ground and said they were going to win it.
Who'd you take it from?
Can't tell you.
Okay. All right, last week's picks, you were 16-1. I was 16-1.
Yeah, but I should get mine counted. That was Union just played upset City again, so I can't.
Yeah, you was a victim of circumstances.
Yeah.
Extenuating circumstances. All right, this week's game's coming up. We'll rapid fire, fly through these pretty quick. Coach, we got Ridgeview at Central. I'm going
Ridgeview big.
Ridgeview big. Up next, we've got
second straight shutout for Kent Grant.
How many?
Second straight shutout coming this week.
Okay, East Side at Rural Retreat. This is one of our 3 games of the week. This is going to be a doozy.
But East Side will edge them out.
Okay, so I've got East Side as well. I'm very tempted to go with Retreat, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stay with East Side on that one. All right, another game of the week for us: Abingdon at Gate City.
Ooh,
I think it's going to be tough. I've got Gate City.
I can't. I'm going to go with the Big A.
All right.
I'm going with Abingdon.
You've always went with the Big A, haven't you?
I've always had it. Always had one.
PH at Burton. I think Coach Cooper gets his first win here.
PH.
All right. If Beefy pitches a shutout, we'll have to buy him a cigar or something.
If he pitches a shutout, I'll buy him a triple cheese at Wendy's.
All right. Holston at John Battle. I'm going with Cavaliers in this one.
I'm going to go John Battle. Gets on the win.
Okay. A couple years ago, last 2 years, this has been a heck of a game. Honeacre at Rye Cove. Not so much this time, I don't think. I'm
Rye
going
Cove.
All right, Cove across the board. Richlands, Big R, traveling to Lee. I'm telling you who I've got.
I'm going with the Big R, and the cannon will not succeed more than 3 booms.
On 3 booms. I'm going to put the heat on Coach Davis. I'm going to no cannon Friday night. Put the pressure on him.
That's true. If Pendergraft don't play, it probably will be no cannon.
Thomas Walker at Lynn Camp, Kentucky. Have no clue where that is. The only Lynn Camp I ever heard of was
it's down Grundy.
Yeah, down below Grundy there. I've got Tom Walker in this one.
T-Walk.
All right. Game of the week, number 3, and maybe the game of the week. Union at Graham. This game will be played at Tazewell.
Graham G. Man.
Okay, I'm going with Union in this one. I feel like this is their year. I still think Graham may be better off because of it, but I'm going with Union. I think not playing that game last week may hurt them a little bit more, but I do think what you said made plenty of sense.
Yeah.
I do believe that. Pineville, Kentucky at Twin Springs.
I have no idea.
I'm going with Twin Springs just because
I'm going to go with Twin Springs, too.
Lebanon at Marion.
Lebanon. Mike Reese is player of the week again.
I'm taking Mike Reese in this one, and as well, and maybe the rest of them, if they feel like making the trip, they can. Chilhai at NARS.
Huh. I'm going to go with NARS at home.
I'm picking NARS because it's on the road as well. Grayson County at Tazewell. I think this is going to be a heck of a game, but I think Tazewell gets, Coach Padgett gets his first win as Bulldog here.
I'm going Grayson County.
Okay, Grayson County's been hot last few years.
Yep.
One of the most improved teams in the area. Northwood at Eastmont. I got Northwood. I got Northwood as well. I think this has the makings of a really good game. George Wythe at Virginia High.
I'm going with Coach Patterson and Virginia High.
Playing that game at Gene Malcolm Stadium, I think
Fire Kitties
gives them the edge. I'm going with them as well. Giles, much improved apparently, at Grundy.
I'm going with the Spinner.
Okay.
I'm going with the Spartans.
That's who I've got, Giles as well. I'm going with the single wing. Riverview, West Virginia at Hurley. I think Riverview just got too much for them. Rebels will be game at the Cliff.
I think Rebels are banged up a little bit. I'm going to go with Riverview on this one.
Okay, and the last game, of course, we're not going to pick it. That's Blaine County at Twin Valley. I'm going to, even though this doesn't count, I'm going with Twin Valley, and I know you're a homer. Of course, it's your team.
Well, I mean, like I said last year, that was our only win, and I mean, both teams circle that game on their calendar, so it's going to be a good one.
Y'all doing anything special there that Friday?
Yes, we're get all former coaches and administrators and teachers. We're going to have them there, and I mean, we haven't had a lot to call. Everybody's coming to October 17th, it looks like.
Yeah. What kickoff time?
6 o'clock. All of our games at home will be at 6 o'clock start.
Okay, 6 o'clock. All right. Well, that's all I've got. You got anything else? All right. Until next time, I'm Coach Moore.
I'm Coach Krieger.
Reminding you that just because you aren't paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. Good night.